safety crew from the front and a safety crew from the back.
That's why we have the need for the smoke detector, so the inhabitants can have the knowledge of smoke in the building in time to get out. And then if they had the second generation of fire protection, the home sprinkler system, the fire could be being put out while we're on our way. At least confining it to the room of where the fire started.
We don't question at all going out and spending $1 or $1.29 for the carpeting that we're putting on the floor.
Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety, 911, may I help you?
The city of Kalamazoo has an ethnically and culturally diverse population of approximately 80,000, with about 82,000 calls for emergency services annually.
Okay, is he still in the vehicle or? Okay, we'll get an ambulance and rescue en route.
Kalamazoo is also the largest public safety department in the country.
Recently we've gone through a new security system here in the jail in order to keep any weapons or anything like that away from the prisoners or from the other officers and things from the inside. We have a locked box outside of this, what we call our sally port area. This is the area that's secured. Once this door is closed and you're in this area here, you're in here by yourself. Sally port! All the guns, weapons, knives, anything like that go out in here.
An organization that in the early 1980s combined the law enforcement and fire services into a unified organization with the goal of providing the highest level of professional public service to their residents.
At that time, we had long lineups of citizens waiting to address the City Commission to complain about the police department's slow response time. People were waiting for in-progress calls, hours for an officer to arrive. Really low priority calls possibly would be the next day before an officer could arrive on the scene to take their calls. So City Commission meetings were very difficult and arduous due to a lack of responsiveness from the police department, due to not having enough officers available to respond to calls, and we had already tried to deal with that through using call-in reports, to phone reports, and all those sorts of things that everybody was using in the late 70s to try to deal with the increasing calls for service. At that time, our fire calls were going down, and we had a fully staffed fire department of around 50 or 60 people. So the decision was made to merge the police and fire department so that the human resources located in the fire department could be utilized to help handle the calls for service. It was voluntary for police officers to cross-train to be firefighters as well as firefighters. It was voluntary for them to cross-train to be a police officer. An earlier day we had a woman who barricaded herself in a basement of a house with a knife because she didn't want her parole officer to pick her up and take her back to prison.
They got her.
Yeah.
At the time of the department's merger in 1982, Dan Weston was a police sergeant. He entered the public safety program where he received training at a state-certified fire academy.